Forget homework, chores, and WKD. For the lesson-skipping, kung-fu-kicking youngest member of Gorillaz, life's a blast. Just don't call her a faker. Now, we all know globe-straddling, America-breaking zombie-hop superstars Gorillaz are real. You've seen them on the telly, just like Crazy Frog, Scooby-Doo, and Ulrika Jonsson. Hence, on the eve of their first UK #1, with the Shaun Ryder Gone Jan Hammer Electro Wonder Dare, it is via the information superhighway that NME corners karate-loving teen guitarist Noodle to talk cultural stereotypes and farting in the bath. Hey Noodle, how are you?
I'm exhausted, but, well, I've been in guitar training all day with Ted Nugent.
So, where are you?
Essex, at our base, Kung Studios.
Can I ask, who are you? Only Gorillaz are notorious for getting their press officers to write interviews for them. Can I be sure that this really is Noodle?
No one other than Gorillaz do our interviews, but if you want to see if I'm real, just give me a squeeze.
Please, tell me a Gorillaz secret.
All the real gossip is in my new book, Noodle, My Life Behind the Screen. Is that what you want? There are no secrets in Gorillaz, but I'll tell you something unknown. Despite our blanket success, we are actually far better than you think.
What is the most exciting thing to happen to you recently?
A couple of VMAs last week. #1 with the single this week. #1 in the US rock charts. Flying back from shooting footage for a new video yesterday.
We enjoyed your interview with foreign fans on the virtual hotel website www.habohotel.co.uk. Particularly, their repeated questions about whether you were Chinese or spoke Dutch. Is that the sort of thing you hoped life in a sort of made-up rock and roll band would be about?
Many of these kids for whom English is not their first language have difficulty in formulating questions. Therefore, some of the questions were confused. I could not see how they could think I was Dutch. Also, I think the customary notion of rock and roll is outdated.
You've just had your first #1. How did you celebrate?
I went to see the Devil's Rejects, but they wouldn't let me in because of my age.
If you weren't in the mood to party, could you just rub your mopey mouth out and draw on a smiley one and get on with it?
I always know exactly how to party, but nice question.
What insights into the human mind did working with Shaun Ryder give you?
Shaun is a cautionary tale, but only in so much that you could accept the results of your actions. He's a generally warm, funny, and friendly person to be around, and certainly doesn't seem to be regretful of his position. Although, I think he thought we might be some of his other hallucinations.
Did he scare you at any point?
Yes, he jumped out at me from behind the door.
Okay, your character is a 10 or something year old Japanese girl who plays guitar, right?
I'm now 13, but do go on.
So, where were you born?
In Osaka, Japan.
Shouldn't you be in school?
Yes, I cannot lie. I should be in school. But Godzilla smashed my school to smithereens on one of his mad alcohol-fueled rampages.
Isn't it dull hanging out with these old blokes talking about dub and early 90s hip-hop?
I don't see any significance in the date when a piece of music is released. I'm only interested in whether it moves me or not.
You're Japanese, called Noodle, and you're into martial arts. Do you, perhaps, have a French friend called Fromage who likes eating snails?
I feel you're showing a lot of your own generalizations there. Martial arts are not restricted to Japan and are not the defining characteristic of my personality. The fact that I play guitar, write songs, live in England, and tour the world in the most successful and diverse band musically, creatively, and culturally to come out of England since music began are far more profound parts of my character.
When and how do you become the kooky little girl? And when do you go back to being the stubby bloke who drinks pints and farts in the bath?
I could say it works along the same lines as Freaky Friday, but the reality is more mundane.
Have you ever thought, fuck me, I wish we hadn't bothered with all this. Oh, let's hide our true identities behind cartoon characters, Caper.
I think there comes a time in every band member's life when they regret the identifiable traits that made them famous in the first place. I'm sure Ozzy Osbourne is tired of answering questions about eating bats. But it beats writing about rock bands in a newspaper and having to pretend to yourselves that you're still genuinely interested. In life, we each and every one of us must accept our own history, however we feel it restricts us.
Now, there's a good amount of fairly pricey Gorillaz merchandise about. Was the bulging wallet of the saddle-sniffing, fanboy-obsessive a spur in forming a cartoon band with a Japanese chick in it in the first place?
Gorillaz has never released anything musically, visually, or in any other medium that has been anything less than superlative.
What's Gorillaz' message to the world?
I like Funkadelic's line, "Free your mind and your ass will follow." You should listen to it. It may take a bug out of your ass. I may be a Greta, but you've really gone out of your way to rattle my cage today.
It's all done with a deep love.
Right. Off the top of my head, time is fleeting. There's no such thing as the future, and you can create whatever you want. Don't be limited by people's notioning of the right and wrong way to do things. They're psychic vampires, and they're out to throw you down.
Thank you, Noodle. It's been great fun, and your band's great.
You should smile when you say that. Or are you afraid that your face will crack?